You probably never imagined that you will see this flag waving in Jerusalem, the capital of Israel. It's unbelievable that over 40 years, the Islamic regime in Iran has been lying to Iranian people that Israelis, we, are the enemy of Iran. But right now, in the toughest time that Iranians are facing, who are there to stand with them? The Israelis. We speak up. Israel is one of the few countries in the world that is actually fighting directly the Islamic regime in Iran, whether in Syria or cyber attacks in Iran. We stand with you in every possible means that we can.
Hello, I'm Ben Gleib, and I am a Jewish Israeli man, and I stand in solidarity with the women of Iran and their fight to take down the horribly oppressive Islamic Republic that is controlling and marginalizing and oppressing the women across all of Iran. But Ben, if you're Israeli, why would you support Iran, who, don't they fund Hamas, which is a terrorist organization that attacks innocent and kills innocent Israelis? Yes, exactly. That is the government, not the people of Iran. The government of Iran that funds these terrorist attackers that kill Israelis, and then the Israeli government often disproportionately responds and kills way more Palestinians, which leads to more Palestinian deaths. We need to stop any regime that, of course, supports anything like that and supports any terrorist activities. And it's also why we need to keep nuclear weapons out of the hands of a government that is so oppressive and so backwards that they're intimidated by women's hair. Do you understand? They killed Mahsa Amini because her hijab, her headscarf, was showing a couple extra inches of hair, 1 or 2 extra inches. If you're intimidated by seeing a woman's hair, if you're so out of control or can't handle a woman's body that much, or just want to keep them down so badly that a little bit of hairline makes you beat them to death, you think you should be running a country? Does anybody in the world think they should be in charge of a country of human beings? Any good-minded person should obviously be in support of taking down such idiots like that, such horrible, disgusting, depraved human beings who would ever dare do that. And what are they doing in response to the outcry of people across Iran, led by the brave women, led by the brave Iranian women that are taking off their headscarves and burning them and cutting their hair and holding protest signs and getting beaten for it, and students being beaten and arrested and killed for protesting the government? What do? They do more of that. They oppress more people. They beat more people. They kill their own people from saying, please let us show our hair. It's been enough of this insane, brutal, 43-year-long regime that doesn't want us to go back to the much more free place we were back then, when women could enjoy their lives out in public and roam freely. And I say this as a Jewish Israeli man who 2 of the most serious ex-girlfriends in my life, who are still dear friends to this day, are Muslim Persian women from Iran. And they are lovely human beings. They're just like you and me. They're just like any human being, simply wanting to be free. And it doesn't even matter if they were so wonderful or particularly great in my life. I had great times with them, trying to bridge the gap. I thought our relationship would create peace in the Middle East. That did not happen. But at least we can show that we can get along interpersonally. Because when you lose sight of people's common humanity, that is when insane policies get to run amok. And we're seeing it come to our own shores now here in America. We see Christian fundamentalism coming into the mainstream mouths of our politicians, saying we should be a Christian nation, that the Christian church should dictate what our government does, and we should abolish the separation of church and state. And we're taking women's rights away here in America as well, reversing Roe versus Wade and taking away protections for women to make decisions about their own bodies, even here. So that's why it should matter to you here in America what happens in Iran. Aside from the fact that it should matter to you just on common decency and standing up for your fellow human beings. But if that's not enough for you, when oppression happens anywhere, it happens everywhere. It spreads and it trickles down. Why? Because it creates the bar of what is tolerable in this world, what things we're able to hear. I mean, for 43 years, most of us have been just okay knowing that in some of these countries in the Middle East, women cannot drive a car, cannot dress how they want, and in Iran cannot show their hair. It is far beyond time that stopped. And also, it just hit a little more personally to home now as well, because the Islamic Republic there, the morality police, just arrested the first ever female Iranian comedian as well. And I'm a comedian, and now you're messing with me in the part that's deepest to my soul, the people that help call out the hypocrisy in this world and make you laugh by doing it, something I usually do when videos aren't this serious. Her name, I want to make sure I get it right, is Zainab Musavi, at I am Kuzku. You can see it right there on the bottom of your screen. Please follow her on Instagram, and please keep using the hashtag Masa Amini, and stand in solidarity with the women of Iran fighting for their rights and fighting for their lives. They've been in the streets chanting woman, life, freedom. Let's all chant that with them. Let's all stand for life and freedom for women and for all people, wherever they are. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can subscribe to my podcast Last Week on Earth, where I summarize the world every week. New season starting soon, and check out my new stand-up comedy special, The Mad King, on YouTube.